Hi everyone, I'm Johnny with IndieSource, and I'm here today with a fabulous designer, Andrik.
Hi, my name is Andrik Ochoa. I am the founder of the Unapologetic Company, and I'm here with Johnny to discover what are they doing right now.
Yeah, so we're going to be taking a tour of IndieSource, so come along for the walk.
Come with us.
So welcome, Andrik. This is the Reef Building. It is a creative habitat, and we are here on the 11th floor at Maker City. Here at IndieSource, we help to have designers create and realize their dream of the American dream. So when we talk about the fact that we are the full package manufacturer, we truly are. We have everything on site, from pattern makers, seamstresses, project managers. We specialize in cut and sew. We're over here helping some new clients, and we're about to tour the facility. So to begin with, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about IndieSource. So IndieSource, as it says, is USA-made apparel. It's a full package manufacturer based out of here in Los Angeles. We work on development, manufacturing, and brand exposure. We work on sourcing, sample development, cutting, sewing, printing and packaging, and of course, we can also help our clients with their marketing as well.
I was surprised that you were able to
everything.
do that.
Yeah. So it's basically all in one. So I know since you are the designer, let's go ahead and show you the sewing first.
Okay. That's what I want to see.
Yeah. So over here in the atelier, we have our seamstresses that are busy over here, and every single day it is something new. Yes, as well. So what we do is, for our clients, we specialize in helping people that not only who are established, but also people who are brand new to the fashion industry. So like, let's say that someone has an idea for a design, they can bring in a reference sample. So like, if you say, oh, I really like the way that this button down looks,
But I want to do something different.
Exactly, but you bring this in as a reference, and then we can take the measurements from this particular shirt and help you to create the garment. So that way, we work with people who don't necessarily know pattern making. We don't, if they don't necessarily know how to source the fabric, how to, do it all. Maybe we even have entrepreneurs who, might be designers, but they're not seamstresses. So we help people basically like that. So over here, we have some of the seamstresses. They are working on cutting out the fabric, and we're also cutting out patterns. So as you can see over here, we have some pattern cutting. We have our marker printer.
And you can get all kinds of colors.
Exactly. Yeah, so our project managers that are here sourcing the fabric from the local fabric vendors here in downtown Los Angeles, we bring them over here. This is our supply that we have. And Ella is over here. Every day she's cutting out patterns. So you can probably see her a lot on our social media. But people love to see her just sitting, laying out the patterns and going at it basically and cutting it out. So this is what we do for the development run of the garments. When it actually goes to production, we outsource to other partners that are here in downtown Los Angeles, because we just don't really have the capacity to be able to create production at scale.
The room is beautiful, and I love the whole ambience of it, but how much can you turn around, and how fast can you turn around when you talk about
the development, the actual development of the garments can take about maybe 4 to 8 weeks, and it depends on the development. Luis is actually in the next room, and we could probably ask him on specifics as far as that goes in numbers.
That's good.
So once the garments have been cut, then we have our rack over here of the garments to be cut, and then the garments to be sewed right here on this rack. So here over here is one of our seamstresses. She's busily sewing, and Luis is over here. Luis, this is Andrik.
Hey, Luis. Just checking what you're doing here.
So he's one of the local designers, and actually we have a few questions. I don't know if you want to go ahead and ask him about turnaround or things like that.
Pretty much.
Each question $5.
Oh, okay.
Let me see how much I have.
There you go.
Do you take credit card?
I just have plastic, fantastic. Yes, but mainly I was asking Johnny about volume, like how big, how soon can you turn around orders, and what's the maximum capacity? I mean, not like I'm gonna use it any soon, but I would like to just.
Well, we work here only for samples.
Okay.
For samples only, and after production goes outside from here.
I see. And you work with any kind of materials, any kind of pieces, any kind of patterns?
Any kind of styles, fabrics, threads, everything.
Well, okay. Yeah.
But specifically for like the samples, I said about 4 to 8 weeks. I mean, that's for development, but like for the actual sample, once you actually have the cuts, how long?
Usually take it 1 day, maximum 1 day, and we're gonna step, you know. For just, I mean, jacket, dresses, very nice, or uniforms, or too much design, take more time. 2 days maximum. In a big, maximum 8 days. Yeah, but usually we try to take this in between 1 day and 1 day. One jacket, one pants.
Development turnaround in 1 day.
One day and a half max. That's insane.
Yeah, we have great team. Yeah.
That's because Louise is amazing.
Excellent stories. We work like exactly and we like that. We like to work here and stay here. Enjoy our work. Yeah, so
That's pretty cool.
I have about 45 years in experience.
That's awesome. 45 years.
Wow.
Luis is the head of the seamstress room over here, by the way.
Originally, this short is a short with zipper in the blouse. Has a zipper. We can join in the blouse with a zipper.
Oh, okay.
You want to use the blouse?
Yeah, I see. Thank you.
This is the front. This is the part of the package. So it's a packet, side packet with zipper.
The quality is good.
Yeah.
It's nice.
And it's American made.
Wow.
Yeah, everybody is a good quality, very responsible people. Easy, very easy.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
So every day there's always something busy. You can see over here, Alfredo, Sari, everyone's over there. So Rocky, sorry. But there's also 2 parts to Indie Source. So the first part is the main Indie Source, and that's where we work with clients to help them realize their dream, and where we are working for the clients. So we help them to create their patterns, to create their garments, to help them go into production. The second part of Indie Source is a children's clothing line called Little Mass. And there's 2 parts to it. The first part is Little Mass. It's focused on the toddlers. And then there's True Love, which is focused on the tweens. So it's girls' clothing, and you can see examples over here. So you can see them creating the garments over here. So that's going to be for Little Mass. It's the little girls' clothing that goes along with all of this cute little stuff. So yeah, so it's cool.
And that's part of its side business?
So it's basically, Indie Source is the main company, it's the main corporation, and this is just an additional part of it. Little Mass has actually been around for a while. Indie Source started in 2012, but Little Mass was established much longer than that. I believe it's nearly 20 years, I believe it is, but Little Mass was around for a long time, and Indie Source acquired Little Mass.
You combine
Exactly. So yeah, so we combine the sources where we are able to, source the fabrics here in Los Angeles. We create the garments. So this is the example of like a pattern card where we start out with a sketch and then goes into, what fabrics we're going to use. We create the patterns. They do the cuts, and then the seamstress is over here sewing it together.
manufacturing other parts of that, like
right. So exactly. So this is more for the development part of it, and then after that we'll go. That's more Little Mass.
I love the gloves.
We actually just did a video where we were showing the llama print. I really liked the llamas. And fun story, Little Mass actually, I'm sorry, not Little Mass, Indie Source has a little bit of a story to tell to deal with Peru. Llama is the iconic Peruvian animal. Originally, Indie Source was going to be where it was going to help source out the Peruvian fabrics and basically sell the garments here. But then when Jesse and Zach, our CEO and COO, the co-founders, came here, they realized when they went to the Magic Trade Show over in Las Vegas that there's not really a whole lot of opportunity for designers who want to start off from the ground up. you know, if you don't really know your way around Los Angeles, if you don't know the vendors, if you don't know the manufacturers, things like that, you might get lost in all of it. Exactly, right? So we are the one-stop shop for a designer who wants to get started, but hey, I don't have the resources, where do I go? We help them to create all those things, and then later we even have opportunities for you to go to marketing, for us to help sell your products essentially. So that is how we are vertically integrated in all respects within the business.
Yeah, pretty much you do everything except for the design.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, once it actually comes down to the production and things are completed, it's still up to the designer to sell the garments, but we could give you advice. We can give you tools for marketing, like, hey, maybe you should launch a campaign, or you should do ads or something like that. Exactly. Yeah. So we have
work with web designing and developing as well.
So we do have some opportunities for that, but there is more or less opportunity for like Facebook, social media engagement, things like that. Oh, that's what I would say.
Yeah, exposure.
Yes. Yeah.
That's pretty much what we use to develop a website.
Yeah, I mean, it's good when you have a website actually up, but you need the actual you know, presence. And I think that a lot of people also get hung up more or less on their brand story. I think that having the core of your brand is important, but really, especially as a new designer, you need to focus on marketing. You need to get out there, get your name out there, you know, whether that's going to shows or showcasing like the Equality Fashion Week, which actually Andrik is going to be showcasing in the Equality Fashion Week at the beginning here in October.
That's going to be the opening of the brand. I was supposed to start from, you know, operations in November, but then we got accepted for Equality Fashion Week, so then I had to rush everything to be ready
for October.
Yeah, that's why I have this hair.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
that's awesome. Very cool. So now tell me more about the Equality Fashion Week and how you heard about it, how you got started, how you met Nick, whatever it might be. Nick is the founder of Equality Fashion Week.
Nick is they are my birthday gift. I like to call them that way because I was following them for a long time on social media because I was very interested in all of the projects that they were developing at the same time. And one day I was at a club in West Hollywood celebrating my birthday, and I turned my back. I turn around and they're right there, and I'm like, oh my God, you are in Casey. Yeah. So yeah, ever since they've been, I consider them my friends. We have the same vision. So yeah, obviously I like to get involved in whatever they're developing.
Right.
Anytime. So yeah, they're amazing to me. Yeah.
That's awesome. You should definitely check it out, Equality Fashion Week. And it is a great opportunity for the LGBTQ community to be featured in a fashion show right here in West Hollywood as well.
The very first actually in LA, just LGBT focus.
Yeah.
Focus.
So much fun. Okay.
Excuse my accent.
I love your accent. What are you talking about? I love it.
Me too.
So over here, you can see this is actually Zach Hurley. He's in the green shirt on the left. He is working with Brandon, one of our sales coordinators, and it looks like a new brand as well. So they're having conversations basically where this is the development kickoff meeting. So we have the initial conversations about what IndieSource is, what we do, what services we offer. This is, as you can actually see as well, the reference samples that people bring in, like how we mentioned about bringing in a shirt or having all of those. So the things that we request during the kickoff meeting are the reference samples and a completed development cheat sheet. The development cheat sheet helps us to understand your vision, helps us to understand what it is that we can do to help you accomplish your dream, essentially. So those are the two things. And what we offer is a development boot camp. It's a really fun and engaging 2 weeks worth of emails and videos that we send to people, and it gets you started to develop with us. So basically what happens is you get all the notifications throughout the course of 2 weeks, and in that time it prepares you for the development kickoff meeting.
Oh, okay. So what kind of information do you require in this sheet?
So the information that we require, more or less, it's high level, maybe like fun. It's what you're hoping to do, what your style is, you know, if you're going to go into production, how many units, you know, where are you looking to sell. All that stuff can be available from when people sign up in the development bootcamp. So it'll give you kind of it's an overview. There are some specific questions, and we actually have a video as well, which you can link to on filling out the development cheat sheet as well. So Zach goes over in a 10-minute video of what the requirements are, what you need to do, how you fill it out, and all that fun stuff. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah. We like to give a lot of education. That's really what we do.
Wow, that's so pretty much take care of everyone who actually have an idea in their mind.
Exactly. So over here, as we talked about Little Mass, so Little Mass is the garments that are basically the difference is that Little Mass creates their own clothing. They're not creating for a client. They design the patterns. They design.
They are their own brand.
Exactly. They are a brand, but it's all under Indie Source. So it's a little confusing. You know, it's still business to consumer. I mean,
No, it makes sense. If you have a business and you're very resourcing all of the aspects of that business, why not use it to help other designers within that same spectrum?
And this is Frances.
Hi, nice to meet you.
My name is Andrik. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So Andrik is one of the featured designers in Equality Fashion Week here in West Hollywood.
Oh, awesome.
So we're taking a tour and showing around Indie Source.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
And Frances is the business manager for Little Mass.
Okay, you're the mastermind.
Yeah, I make sure everyone's working properly. Everything's rolling the way through because it's a lot. Every season we have new styles, so it's a lot.
Oh, I love the samples. I love it.
Yeah, thank you. So what do you design?
It's mainly urban style, very big statement pieces. We're just getting started with fashion, with Equality Fashion Week. That's our first, that's going to be the opening of the brand. So.
Okay, congratulations, good luck.
Thank you, I'm very excited.
Everyone's always busy doing something. Actually, it looks like, this is more Little Mass stuff. You can see. So Allie is putting together some of the Little Mass. It looks like some of the garments that were created. What are we doing over here?
I'm actually making sure that all the returns that we have are here in the correct sizes, so that way we can put them back over in our inventory.
There we go.
Yeah.
We're just inventory, basically.
Yeah, inventory chart.
Awesome.
This is a great way to see what you can do, like once everything is finished, like how everything is going to look.
Right.
How flexible you can be.
Exactly.
So can you make, for example, baseball hats?
You know what? It's funny. A lot of people ask for baseball hats. That's one of the things that we actually don't do.
I know, because the resources are kind of different.
Exactly. Yeah. So, like for instance, people ask for shoes. They ask for baseball hats. They ask about accessories. All those things we could help source, but we ourselves don't make them necessarily. Like we did have someone who did make shoes, and we try to point people in the right direction, but we don't try to sell that as like a, hey, we can help you source shoes. Like that's not what we do.
Gotcha. But you know the people in the industry to direct us.
There are the occasional opportunities for us to partner with other people to be able to give you a source. Yeah, basically. So back here is examples of some of the completed garments that we have created throughout the years. And this is Dane, one of our project managers. This is Andrik. So examples over here, because I
love those mannequins. That's diversity right there. I love it. Yeah.
So, like for instance, these ones right here are some of the completed shirts that we've created.
So the pattern and everything is
it's all custom. Wow. Yeah, it's all custom design. So the brand that we're working with creates the artwork. They submit it to us and we help print it. Either that, or if they found the fabric that they liked already and this happened to be the fabric that someone else created, then yeah, they could just find the fabric itself. So I'm not 100% on this particular
I love
one.
the concept. Wow, I wish I thought about this.
So like I said, I mean, you know what, we could do things like children's clothing, button downs. We even have worked with some corporations to create very large pizza jackets.
Okay.
So there you go. There's a Throwback Thursday video that we have that features, of course, material. It is the material that they use to keep the pizza warm. Yeah. It's very heavy.
Yeah, it's right. I figured.
But there's more examples of all the things that we could
denim.
create.
I see you work with denim too.
a couple of different things. Another thing that we do a lot of is underwear. There's a lot of underwear that happens. So these are examples of the garments. But there you go.
Yeah, it all belongs to the underwear.
Yeah, and that's examples of the cards that go into the creation of the underwear and all that fun stuff.
Head southwest on South Broadway
Nope.
toward West
Is that me?
21st
Yeah.
Street.
Oh yeah, I'm still trying to get here.
I'm glad that we're here. So, yeah. There's lots of things that if you have an idea or you have a vision, we can help. Perfect. There you
That's
go.
exactly what I was looking for.
Was it really?
Yeah,
See?
it is.
There you go. We're
I
here.
was like, I knew Nick Casey was the way.
There you
I knew
go.
it.
Nick was the way down the yellow brick road to Emerald City. Here we are. But yeah, you know, I mean, honestly, and that's the thing is that I think that a lot of times designers, especially when you're starting out, it's overwhelming because you don't know where to go. You don't know the fabric mills. You don't know the dye houses. But finding a partner that can help you essentially do it all is going to be a lifesaver. It really is.
In
you know?
manufacturing other places also, you can't control the quality.
Mhm.
You can't control the process. If there is one single mistake, that mistake is already made in 100, 200, 500
Right.
pieces. So
And the
it's-
wonderful thing is that also being local, if it's a local designer, they can come in here, they can actually see the garments. So when we do the fittings, we're going to be pinning it for you. We're going to say, okay, this needs to come in a little bit. We need to adjust the sizing of this or whatever it might be. So that's the wonderful thing about being on site is that people can come in, they're here, you know, and we have a relationship with them. Whereas if you're manufacturing overseas or elsewhere, you don't have that opportunity to be able to just walk into the manufacturing office and be like, hey, like I want to see how the garment's going on. I want to see how it's being made or whatever it might be. For people who are not necessarily local, we do have opportunities for virtual meetings, for virtual fittings. Basically, the wonders of the internet have allowed us to basically have those relationships for people that are overseas in a different state, wherever it might be.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, this is very useful, especially for my brand, because what I'm trying to do is make pieces that will normally be made for a female body in a male body. So
Yeah.
this kind of adjustments are like crucial for
Right.
what I'm trying to do in the long run with my brand.
And if you yourself are the fit model, there you go. You're right here, and we can fit it all to you and make sure that it works perfectly.
And I can get you another models in case.
Oh,
I need
there you
them.
go.
So,
See,
yeah.
and yet people also, they bring in their own models too. You don't have to be the fit model, but I'm just saying some people do. So, yeah. Actually, let's go look at the pattern making. Perfect. So since we talked about the fit models and the fitting process, let's show you where all that happens. More examples of all the fabrics, some in-production projects, and different project managers that they're working on. And this is our digitizing table. You might have seen, we've placed the garments on here. We show it a lot on our social media. Like let's say we take the shirt and then we utilize it to create the pattern by going around the different points of the garment. So that's the digitizing table. In here is our fitting room. So in here is going to be where our clients sit here. The fit model will be here. We'll be fitting the garment. We'll see how it works, you know, whatever it might be. And that's basically the opportunity in here. And then Lana looks like she's busy right now, but Lana is our pattern maker. So she's the one who makes the magic happen. Exactly. She makes all the magic happen. Actually, I think she might be available here.
Lana,
Miss
do you have some
Lana.
time for us?
Hello. You want to come over
Hi,
here?
Hi.
Andrik, nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you, Andrik. Give me a hug. Yes, hi.
Oh my
How are
God.
you? What's
You want to have a
up?
seat over here?
Yeah, I
Flying,
just
though. What's
wanted to
going on?
meet you.
Oh.
You're the one who's making the magic happen here.
It's really true. How did you know that? Did you watch our YouTube channel?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, what's up? What are you guys working on?
So Andrik is one of the featured designers for Equality Fashion Week. Equality Fashion Week is with Nick Casey. Remember, Nick brought in their design for the harness. Yeah.
Okay.
You should look at Nick's store as well. So Andrik came down, wanted to see about what IndieSource is all about, wanted to know what we're doing here. So we talked about you and the magic that you do.
Thank you. Well, so what do you want to make? I mean, what kind of idea do you have?
I have crazy ideas, Lana.
Super.
Oh, you like Grace? Okay,
well, how
good.
can I explain? You know, the sketch artist that works in the police department, they're like, oh my god, this guy beat me up, and like at the end of the story, he gives you a sketch, and you're like, oh my god, how did you know that? I can get information out of your psyche and put it on a paper and create whatever you want. What do
I'm
you
connecting
want?
with you
I am a
already,
pattern
and I love
genius.
this.
Make a wish.
Oh wow, my genie! I love that.
Tell me.
What my brand, it's made me try to do. Like I'm trying to step away from just pants and hoodies that we know they're genderless.
Got it,
So
got it,
what I'm
okay.
trying to do is like make pieces, like for example, what you're wearing right here, that are normally made for female bodies
okay.
into a male body,
Okay, got
and
it.
the other way around.
So basically unisex type of look.
Exactly.
See,
Or
I'm already
even
getting that information.
even
Okay.
if the piece doesn't have to fit one, or the piece doesn't have to fit both at the same time, but be a very female, very feminine piece
Got it.
that will be made for a male body.
Got it. So feminine clothes for men, masculine clothes for women.
Exactly.
Right.
And at the same
Got it.
time, those for feminine for a female and masculine for male, both at the same time. So pretty much two patterns for the same piece, two different
Okay,
colors.
done. Okay.
Really?
Pattern genie, yes, absolutely. Wish granted. What else do you need?
Beautiful. Yeah.
absolutely. Do you have any sketches? Do you have any like inspiration for this? Do you have any samples we can start from?
Not
Like,
yet,
what-
but
okay.
be sure I will get them to you
Well,
as
let's
soon as
make
I
a
can.
list.
Yes,
Things
let's
to do,
start
because
with that.
I'm gonna send you on this homework, and when you come back, we're gonna start working on all that magic together.
Sounds sweet. I
It's
never
all
had a
about
genie
collaboration.
before.
Hey.
this is the first time.
Well, I mean, there is always a first time for everything, but I mean, this is a special place to make magic happen here. Dreams do come true here. So, welcome to your dream world.
I love that. I love that.
too.
Yeah.
I'm super excited.
And I
So
love your accent
here's-
too, by
Thank
the
you.
way.
It's been
Yeah.
30 years, but I mean, I cannot lose that. Never. So anyway, so here's what I would need from you. First of all, it would really be helpful to create some kind of body reference. In other words, you need to bring me some kind of reference sample. As an example, I mean, let's say we want to make a t-shirt. Bring me the t-shirt that you feel fits the best, like very best fit you ever can experience, right? And I can take that t-shirt and turn it into anything. I can make it into long sleeve, short sleeve, you know, mock neck, whatever. You know, but we need to start someplace. We need to create some kind of control points, right, for particular sizing. Question number 2. Are we going to be fitting on you? Are we going to be fitting on fit models? Like
we'll
how
need
is it
models.
going to work out? Because in the ideal world, we need to start fitting on one person and finish fitting on one person. So start thinking, you know, who your target body would be, and bring those humans in here. I don't know, how is your artistic skills? Can you teach me a little?
Yes, I can.
Okay. As long as
I
it's like
major in
some
theater,
kind
but I
of
can
like,
sketch.
oh,
Yeah.
perfect. Okay. Or you can like, you know, literally create your vision board, like see your future. Like on your vision board, put your designs, put your bags of money that we're gonna make by selling the line. I'm not making this up. I'm not joking. I mean, see the vision all the way through. And what I would need, some kind of reference, you know, reference sample, and some kind of like a sketch or photo or whatever, because I need to know where we're going with this. So I need you to translate your idea on some kind of paper or iPad, whatever, and I'm gonna take it from there and bump it up to a super professional, amazing sample. Right?
I love you.
I love you too!
Would you marry me?
No problem! Done! Okay.
You got it. You got it. I really love
So,
this.
thank you. No, it's like, I mean, I feel like we can create more love every day. And I mean, like, I love our clients. I mean, like, I love working with creative people. You know, collaboration is always fun. And again, like, I love working with inventors. Because, like, I mean, we work in enough stuff usually. You know what I mean? So when people come with like crazy or inventive idea, I'm like, let's do
Let's
this.
do something different.
So yeah, wish away and I'll make it happen.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
done.
Thank you so much, Lana, for your time. I know you're
Not
a
a
busy,
problem.
busy
Do you have
boss.
any questions for me?
Not at this point. You already answered all of my wishes. What else can I have?
Anything you want, literally. So as I said, like, you know, create your mental list, you need reference sample, some kind of like sketches, whatever, direction, inspiration, whatever, vision board, you know, see the future, see how we are moving from this conversation to selling a lot of clothes to a lot of happy clients.
Gotcha. I need the wish so you can make it come true. Okay.
No
you got
problem.
it.
That
Thank
we
you so
can
much,
do
Anna.
very, very fast.
Give me a hug.
You know that we have a hugging policy in this source.
Oh my God! Yeah, I love this already.
Yeah,
Really.
awesome.
I feel like I just woke up this morning and my dreams came true for some reason.
That's so
Today is
awesome.
the day, for sure. I mean, it's a very, very high vibe environment. I mean, like, so start beaming with your dreams. I mean, we'll be like catching them and putting them in a nice folder.
Let's do that, Lana. Oh my
it was
God!
nice meeting you. I'll see you defeating or meeting or whatever.
Yes. Make sure.
Okay,
You
oh my
guys
God,
see
I'm
me
in
very
love. I can't
Thank you,
deal
Lana.
with life anymore. Okay, it was really, really nice meeting you. Oh my
soon. It was a
God, I'll
pleasure,
see you
Lana.
later.
Thank you so much.
Okay, bye.
You know, I think that Lana isn't she fun? Yeah. You know, and she's so full of energy and full of life. And the thing is that I love what she said, where keep the vision in your eyesight, because a lot of times people. One thing that I've definitely learned is that people love to put themselves down. Like, well, I'm not ready. I don't have enough money. I don't have the time. I don't have the resources. I don't have this. I don't have that. We just did a blog article talking about that very thing, that our limitations are all self-imposed. So whether they feel like, oh, I can't get started because I don't live in Los Angeles, or I don't live in New York or Paris or something like that, or I don't have the money. Well, there's lots of opportunities for people to get funding. Like right now, we're working with someone who is looking for opportunities to help social media influencers start their own lines of clothing. We have people who, when we talk about different, you know, there's loans, there's opportunities for people to apply for other financial help. All those things are out there, just people have to look for it. And so the thing is that if you are truly, truly wanting to achieve something, you're gonna make it happen. You know?
One way or another. Even
Exactly.
if you fail a bunch of times, you're gonna make it happen.
Exactly. You know, you gotta try again. Well, I hope that you enjoyed your tour of Indie Source.
Of course, I loved it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Give me a hug.
It was so nice to meet you. Thank you so much. And
pleasure.
until we see you here making your dream, I hope you have a great day, and thanks for watching. Take care.